All right, welcome to the stream. So today I am looking at some new things that we can add to our levels. So last time we got started on adding all of the colliders to our level, and then we wanted to look at maybe kind of looking at how to finalize our HUD pictures. I actually think that I don't want to do that right now. I'm really interested in adding some extra like interactive items to our first level. And honestly, I don't think I have it on here. I want to kind of finalize the pictures for our first level. So let's go chapter 0. There's just a lot that I could draw for it. That would be actually pretty cool. And so I think I might want to do that today. Okay, so let me show you what else that I've gotten up to, because I have added a whole bunch of post-processing to everything. So let's look at that. So on the screen so far, we added a little bit of just like color, I don't know, recoloring. We've kind of bumped up the contrast and done some things like that. I added a little bit of bloom. Some people don't like bloom. I actually love bloom. It's like my favorite post-processing thing. But let me show you how the whole thing looks right now. And then I actually do want to check on the profiler real quick. Or, you know what? We'll just do it like this. Okay. So, and then we added a bit to the fog as well. So there's kind of a lot of things that we've done so far, which is really cool. But this is the general like vibe of everything. Yeah, we do seem like we are kind of bumping on our performance here. And that's going to be 100% due to all of this. And so I'll have to change that. That's the worst part about adding really cool features like this is, well, you know, they don't work. Because I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure if I do this, it'll just go away. But let me show you what a little bit of that looks like. Anyway. Oh, it's not terrible. It must be because I'm bumping up the resolution when we go max screen, because technically this monitor's 4K. So maybe this game can't run at 4K. That's fine. We can also limit the resolution here and force it to run at a specific speed, or you know. But let's just add a 1920 by 1080. Yeah, and we'll just call it like that. Okay, so this is great. What we're looking at, and so then if I go maximized on here, we just have to upscale it by like 2x, and it should just run at the same speed. So anyway, up here, I just love how all of this looks with the hand-drawn kind of shaking aesthetic. It's such a vibe and it's super cool. So the other thing that I added, were these, I'm gonna bump it out a little bit. These guys on the sides here. Oh, you can't see it on that side. We can do this one, which is just like a little bit of your HUD. And on this side, it looks like this. On here, it counts how much scrap and fuel you have. Stream might be a little bit laggy, just because OBS has to pick up everything. But this, we got all of these chat boxes and stuff, and then here's all of our scrap. So, and then I added a little bit of this like bloom, and then you can see there's kind of this like dirt reflection texture over everything. And then I also kind of just barely decrease the saturation on everything, so it looks a little bit almost like black and white, very, very minimally, which I really like personally. I don't know, it just adds to this kind of like film grainy look. And then technically there is film grain on everything, which is that kind of noisy stuff. I don't know if it show up on stream very well. Okay, and then we can hop into combat mode, which completely changes everything, and then we can move around at a like totally different speed. Okay, so we still have to do the backward animation at some point. And then I added all of the colliders here, so it's kind of nice moving around, which is cool. Okay, so in terms of things to add, there's just a lot here and then a lot on the floor, like tile and just like color that we could add, which will be nice. And so I want to look into doing that today. Yeah. I have a blast playing this. Like I love how all of the animations have turned out. I'll probably add like some sort of stamina at some point, just because it makes sense not to be able to sprint like continuously. And then I guess we should have the fog start rolling in as well, because that's good. Yeah, so then that's how that looks. Let me do this camera here, which, I mean, I'm so blown away with this. Like, I am so happy with how this looks. It's impeccable. It's so good. Yeah. Absolutely beautiful. And it is just this like ominous gray that comes flowing into the whole level. And then like you can't go back that way anymore. Like you have to start moving forward, or you'll take damage basically. So anyway, yeah, the game is really starting to have like a kind of vibe to it, a tonality. It's got theme. Yeah, it's very cohesive. It's coming together very well. Super happy with it. Okay, so we got all of that. And I guess what we're looking at is drawing more of stuff like this throughout the whole level. So I guess we just start with pulling up some of these images, and then let's just mess with it. So I think probably gonna have to open up some of these backgrounds from somewhere. Okay, so I thought that I put everything in the game. I need to figure out where I stored all of this data. Interesting. Okay, hang on. Okay, so I did find it. Good. Let's check that out. Here we go. Perfect. Okay. So technically, this is the first like zone that we need to think about. And on here, we are going to have, this is our main, like, everything blacked out. Let me think about this. What is this? Is there anything on here? I don't think there's anything in that layer. Interesting. And then technically this kind of needs to be fixed. In fact, if I just turn that on, is that really a bad thing? And I just go like, this actually might help out for like the other part that we wanted to fix. Let me try this real quick. And I'm just gonna leave it like that, because that looks like a much more fluid transition between the two. So then when we actually put it over the top of the other image, it'll flow nicely. Okay, so for this, we have an empty layer up here and then this. And what we've done for like level 1 is, so it has a color layer, and that has pretty much all of our shading and just our general coloration. Then over the top of that, it looks like we have a little bit more of this like color shading. Okay, so this is just color, this is shading. Then I have this like textured shading, which we probably should edit real quick. It's this one here. Just because right now it's flat and it doesn't animate and we want it to, so I could actually do that right now and that would be a good use of time. Okay, so I think we go like this, and then I am going to grab like one of these sprites here, grab some color on it. Boom, like that. Okay, cool. 3, and then here. And then that should be... Uh-oh. Oh man, my mouse. If I don't open up the my other program here, it doesn't work. And that's so funny. Okay, now it should work, right? Perfect. Hang on. Oh no. There we go. Now it should work. Yeah, and it's got perfect strength. Okay, so I think what we do is I'm gonna bump that way down. What is on this layer here? Out of curiosity. Did I just create it? I think I just created it, didn't I? Okay. Just checking. Just checking. All right. So let's go ahead and fill this in. And all that we're doing is literally imitating what we've done before. I think I can color on that, so I gotta be careful. So we just go something like this, and we just literally redo like all of it. So it seems like, it feels like this is a waste of time because I'm just redrawing the same thing twice. But when you actually go and play the whole game, it just gives it such a cool feeling, having it be this like hand-drawn, bouncy, animated feeling, and I love it. So, and then also, if we do this, we don't really have to focus too much on like other aspects of like the drawing. Like, basically, you can get away with what might be considered like lower quality pictures, just because the animated nature of it kind of gives it more life, which is cool. Okay, so this is awesome. And then from here, we'll just have to go through and make sure that we basically hit like every single possible little hole. So we just have to make sure that we draw everywhere, which will be important. So, because it'll look kind of weird if I miss an area and then I have to like go back and because then when it animates, it'll like there's a hole somewhere, because it'll be like this, and then on the next frame it's just that, and so it'll like blink in and out really weird. So we got to make sure that doesn't happen. So it seems like I pretty much colored like almost over everything, which is super funny. So I just have to be super diligent and just retrace almost the entire picture, which, you know, I'm fine with. It's funny. Whoops. Yeah, and then also having like 3 frames that you animate between instead of just blinking between the two. Sometimes I think looks worse. Like obviously having everything animated all the way would be really cool if like every single frame could be completely hand animated, and you never had to go back and forth. That'd be amazing. But sometimes like the 3 gives it almost like too much noise and kind of like life, and it can be a little distracting in my opinion. And I think just for like the background of the game, having just a little bit is gonna be really good. It's probably too much. Something like that. Yeah, and at this point, we're just trying to get like kind of lines pretty much everywhere that we see other lines, because we're hoping that it looks like instead of like line pops in then changes that it kind of like bounces between 2 similar lines. And just to kind of emphasize that. Yeah, so here are all of our like lines and stuff like this. And it's funny, like with all the fog and stuff, like you aren't gonna see this very much, but technically you will see this at the start of every single playthrough. So somebody will see it and pay attention to it, and that's why we need to put a lot of work into it, because it matters. Ooh, okay, and this is actually something that I wanted to think about was, okay, so real before I do that, I was thinking about if I could draw these guys as well a little bit. That'd be kind of cool. It would give everything a lot more life. It might be too much if I do that, but it'd be really cool. Okay. Okay, so we have that. Just looking for any areas where I seem to have missed something. It looks pretty good. I'm sure when I actually put this into the game, I might notice a certain area that's missing, but for now, this is pretty darn good. This is pretty darn good. So, I guess, okay, so that's the big thing. And then we're done with this. Let me create another, and let me just run through this a little bit just to see if this is this going to be feasible or not? So I could do, What if I did something like that, where I just drew some lines through everything? Not even fully trace everything out, but just to add a bit more character to the floor. You know, there's maybe some scratch lines or something. And then that'll just kind of animate. Oh wow, that's very curved right there. That's cool. Okay, so just, something like that. And then I would do the opposite direction too. Okay, I like that. I'm gonna do that. Man, really missed that one. And then I'll do that twice. Okay. So basically just a bunch of zigzag. And I'm gonna do this on its own layer in case I don't like it, and then I can delete it, Okay, and then we'll do another one. Boop. Yep. Yeah, and it's all of those imperfections that actually contribute to the aesthetic. So don't want to shy away from that. I like it. It's kind of the whole point. It just makes it authentic, I think people are going to see this and actually really appreciate how much work went into it. Okay. I'll do a little bit right there. Yeah, very much. That's good. Okay, so maybe just because that's quite strong, I could do something more like that, where it's just a little bit, and then it just kind of flips between the two. Okay, so yeah, and then in terms of these, I need to kind of clear that out. Okay, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Ooh, yeah, my eyes have been a bit dry today. We are finally over that cold though, so that's incredible. Okay, so what we do is we take tile outline 1, tile outline 2. Okay, what we do is we take one of these, so we'll do number 1, and then we do outline 1, I guess I'll call this shading 1, and then we go shading 2. Oh man, I hope that wasn't too loud. Shading 1, and then we export this entire image, and then we'll export all of the 2 options. Okay, there we go. So shading 1, tile 1, outline 1. And then we just save this as, well, here, actually, let me save it first. And then we save this as a picture. Can I move these guys? Let me move them. I don't want these to be in background. These should be in level 1. Okay. Then we can go and replace them. So level 1, 1. Replace. And then level 1, 2. We do all of the other ones. Okay. So ping 1, 2. Boom. Yeah, all right, let's see how that looks. So the whole thing should be animated now, and it should be really cool. Hey, that is awesome. Yeah, that is like awesome looking. Oh, I love that. Wow. Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. Yeah, and the shading right here is incredible as well. Awesome. And then, so I should appear above that, right? If I go up here. Yeah. Which is super cool. Yeah, and I don't really need to add any sort of weird mechanics where I can go like underneath the balcony. It's too complicated. Yeah, point is the whole level shakes and shudders, and that is awesome. I mean, at this rate, these guys should probably be like little fire animations instead of whatever I got going on here. Yeah, that should be actually real fire, not particle systems, but oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. Yeah, that's so cool. Okay, so let's do this part now, because we can add these guys, which is going to be awesome. And then let's just see if this works. Here, whoops, I've been showing you my screen the whole time. Then these guys work too, which is super cool. Okay, yeah, let's hop back into here and let's get this guy working on. Okay, so the big thing is that when we look at this file, we have our overlay outlines. So we need our outlines here. And that's going to be, let's see, our dark black outline over everything. So where have I done that? Technically it turns into this guy here. And then we need color. And our color shading, and that actually doesn't need to be animated, so that could just be within like this layer here. Or I guess it'd be yeah, one of these. Just combine all of that down. Okay, so then we go color, shading 1, shading 2, yeah, and then we go outline 2. And I believe shading is different than the outline, and then the tile outlines I split technically. So I'm not super happy with how that turned out, but we can always edit it later. So let's just do all of this for now. So coloring wise, I want to open up the actual PDN here. We want to nab this color and this color that we got. So then we pop over here and let's draw in some of those colors. So we can bump this up to like 10. Yeah. So we want to fill this in. And then that's really gonna make this whole level come together. It's just having all this stuff drawn out. Oh, my nose is kind of running from the sneeze from earlier. It's terrible. Alright, there we go. Sorry about that. So we've drawn in that guy, then let's draw on this one real quick. Cool. And for the most part, this color won't actually change, so we only need to do one of them. Let's see. Okay, for this one, do I want it to be this kind of darker color? Probably, right? Doesn't seem to be anything wrong with it. Yeah, that seems fine enough. Okay, and then this, well, it'll actually be a different color than that, so maybe we won't do that. So let me draw this out. I want these to be, oh, I guess probably the same color as this out here. Cool. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, this is incredible. The whole game is like coming together. Ah, it's so fun. Okay. So now for these. I need to make sure I'm getting my coloration correct on here. Okay, so for this, I do want these colors to be like, I want it to look something like this. So we're finding some inspiration for that. More like, gosh, I have a very specific type of coral that I'm thinking of. I just can't I don't know what the name of it is. I guess something kind of like this, but a little bit more round. Maybe like a mix between that and that. Yeah, okay. Maybe I'll do that. So, does this have anything good? Alright, we'll start with this. So, kind of some shapes like that. And then we kind of want some colors like, I guess sort of like a purpley, dark purple, like that in there. Yeah, okay. So let's try that. So for these, we'll go, this one will animate, so I probably do need to draw it out here. In terms of the color, let's do something kind of like that, a little bit deeper and a little bit darker. Okay. And then this is going to be kind of coming out like, no, I want it to be deeper than that. Like this? Yeah. Okay, that's pretty good. And then we'll kind of add some more detail to this. Okay. So then from here, let's grab a darker shade as well. Go a little more gray with it. Kind of fill some of this in. And then on the outside of it, okay, so then the actual like color of it should be kind of this gray-brown color, like this. Yeah, a little too, maybe darker. Yeah, that's pretty good. I love how the overlay texture just makes everything look like crayons. Like this looks like a crayon drawing, and it's so cool. Crayon. I guess I should probably just like draw a circle and then fill it in. Okay. Get some of these out here, and yeah, I'm sold. That's good. Cool. So then I do want to get rid of that, and then I'll draw a different one later. Okay, so for this one, same thing. In terms of coral, what else can we do to make it look interesting? add some kind of ribs on it or something weird. Let me go up here. I'm actually gonna start doing like a deeper black color just to see how that turns out. Yeah, okay, that's cool. And then out here we'll just kind of fill this in. Gosh, it's so cool. There's so many different like enemies and people and stuff that I am excited to draw. It's gonna be so cool. Okay, so I'm gonna add like a little bit of like ribs on these, just so they're very textured. Okay. Yeah, that's starting to look pretty good. Looks like a reef rock or something. Yeah, that's super cool. Let's see about getting underneath if I can do something kind of like this. It's a crazy design. It's nuts. Okay, so let's go. Let's grab that, and then we'll color it on here. It'll be something kind of like this. So, just a lot of like, in fact, let me get rid of these, and then I'm just gonna draw this over everything. I'll pick out some like initial kind of like snaky lines to start off with, and then I'll go through it later and fill it in. Okay. In fact, I might want to go even more like a 5. Could I go bigger than that even? So, am I doing this correctly? So, a lot of them are actually quite connected. They're quite interconnected. So it's a little bit more like stuff like this than being so disconnected. Which is very interesting. There we go. I think I'm starting to get it now. So it's these very interesting, like, kind of pathfinding shapes where it's sort of like expanded the maximal amount that it can. Um, something like this. That's so interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Alright, I think we can get rid of those. Something's wrong with Paint.net. It always does that. It's bizarre. Okay, cool. Let's add some more in here. Gonna start kind of doing this a little bit faster. Doesn't need to be so perfect. Just want to fill in as much as I can, but, you know, keep all the edges from actually touching. It's kind of a cool little, like, exercise. It's very interesting. Okay, yeah, that looks pretty good. And then we throw everything else on there, and we get boom, boom, boom. Okay. Yeah, that's cool looking. So I forget the other thing that we need to do. So I have to make this pulsate. They have to kind of breathe. I gotta think about how to do that. Yeah, I didn't think about that. So let me like grab this area. And I'm gonna do that real quick. It's kind of cool how like each individual layer looks like not amazing on its own, but you put them all together and it actually like comes out really cool looking. Okay, so the big thing is I want to make this what's up with the rendering on that? Oh, it looks fine on your screen. My screen, that looks weird. Huh. Okay, cool. So I need to make like how many different, I don't know, like maybe even 6, at least like 5 different versions of this where it kind of undulates and it gets like bigger and smaller. Ugh. Okay, maybe I won't do that right now. I will do that later. But I gotta remember to do that. Okay, so that actually means that we can probably boom, 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 get rid of that pretty much. And then I'm basically duplicating this over here. Hi, welcome. I'm redrawing the entire first level so that we can get everything looking nice now that we have a lot of the basic mechanics. Okay, so in this also we need to just put this in its own little place, and then we'll deal with that later. PDN. Yeah, so I've colored up this a little bit. And then honestly, I'm gonna get rid of that, I think, because I can place these guys later. So for now, we fixed up how this one looks. And so on the first little section of the level, we made all of these animated. So now the whole first level is animated, which is cool. And then when you move over into this area, I'm working on this currently. So we're gonna do all of that. And then we have these menu bars that show up here, which is cool. So anyway, that's all that we worked on so far. And then I've added a bunch of post-processing stuff, which looks like OBS might be kind of lagging when it records this. So it looks way better in game. So yeah, and then I added a little bit of like bloom, and there's some cool like, what would you call it, like dirt effect when it's like shining. Anyway, you can see it more on like areas like this, like right here, stuff like that. Anyway, so that's been pretty cool. And then I added colliders to everything. Yeah, and then we're just gonna go through and basically draw in this whole level now, because we have big things like this that we need to work on. So that is what we're doing right now. Okay, so the big thing is we have to do a second one of these outlines. So I'm going to put this like this, and then we are just drawing more, just like that. So if we go over everything, put this down at 3, and yeah, I'm just doing that. And then we'll animate between all of this as well. Yeah, I think I should make it kind of come out there. Okay. Yeah, and at this point, we're basically just coloring in everything. So just getting as much activity and life in the animation as possible. The more that I draw, the better it'll look. So any sort of these lines here. Whoops. And I guess I could figure out what I'm gonna do with these guys. I think I want them to be kind of like these rectangles here. Something like this. Which I guess makes this come out. Yeah. It's cool. Oh, you know what would be really cool? Emma, you'll get this. Is to make this at some point turn into a rainbow. That's actually really cool. Just during that one specific playthrough of the game where everything makes sense. That would be actually really, really cool. Because then, like, so honestly, my goal with all of that is, after you make the playthrough where you go up to the mountain, you'll play through the whole game again after that, where, like, everything's kind of light, and a lot of the stuff that you'll interact with. So I want there to be, like, Bible verses on just things, and then you can click on them and stuff, and they're just kind of all over the place. And so having that be a rainbow would be perfect for that. Yeah, this is really cool working on, like, the drawing part, because honestly, it goes really fast, and so, like, I can quickly make progress on the whole game, because once I finish this, it's like, well, 20% of level 1 is now finished, so it just kind of increments over time, which is cool. Because sometimes working on games is not linear. Like, you can spend a year doing something that, like, you don't even really notice. And so being able to actually crank stuff out and have it look different is really, really cool. Okay, I think that is kind of everything. Yeah, let me do this real quick. Whoop. And then I should be able to just fill that in. Perfect. Do I want these to be filled in too? Probably not. I'll do a fun color for all of that. Okay. I'm gonna bump that up to 10 so that when I come here, I can make that look pretty. Or let's go back to the fill bucket. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do something real quick. It's been kind of bothering me. So this little section down here, I ran out of tiles for this, and I'm just going to kind of add a little bit of like wear and tear on the tiles, so it looks a little bit more like it's intentional. Actually, that gives me an idea though, is maybe I want to do more than that, like 50. Like, how would having, oh, that might get too complex, like trying to figure out how to organize all of this. Having all this wear and tear around and stuff. I mean, it's cool though, I like it. Just have to be smart with where I put it. Okay. Yeah, okay, cool. That's super cool. So we got the coloring, which is perfect. Then we want to also have some color right here, which I think for this outdoor section, I think I want to use this. At least for this. Okay, so I think that's good. So maybe I could fill this in. But I think for these guys right here, I want this to be some other kind of color, and I'm not totally sure what. Like how dark? Maybe something like that. Maybe I just do black. Like, maybe I am making it too complicated. Oh no, shoot, I colored it on that. Hang on. I guess that's fine. I wanted to look kind of like these white pillars, you know, but or like these like Roman pillars. Maybe I just color in the whole thing, and I do these guys as well, but I guess the black does signify that it absolutely is like a wall that you can't go through, so that's probably fine. Okay. Let's kind of clear that up. Nope, definitely don't want that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, all right, that looks good. That looks good. Yeah, that's super nice. So the other big thing is we want to do color shading, and this one we also don't animate it. So this is just, there we go, color shading, and for this we used, what color. Okay. So we want that color. And it's probably the only color that we need. So then we hop into here. We go like 5, and then we just start filling that in. Okay. And this stuff, we do not animate it. So it just sits here. I guess I could probably turn this guy on too, just to be sure. Okay, that looks pretty good. When I want to do something like that, where it's like light coming in from outside, I could do like, I don't think so. Okay. Add a little bit of shading on the edges here, like this. I mean, I'll add a little bit here and here, just because. And then out here, obviously, we need some shading. I'm gonna go much bigger on this. Hey, nice. Yeah. We got a Discord, guys. You gotta go join it. Yeah, dude. Go join the lore channel. We got all sorts of lore on the Discords. Anyway. I think this is turning out pretty good, and then the only other thing is we need this shading color. So let me grab that. Yeah, should be basically right there. And then hang on. Did I already create shading layers? Okay. So we're good. We can just draw on here. Yeah, so then this is basically where I'm going to add every single other kind of like shading type of thing. So obviously going to add some stuff here. And then anywhere that already has some shading, like color shading, I add this over the top. Cool. And then we'll do a second one, which is just super similar to that. And we just go over the top. Okay, and I think once we do this, oh right, the other thing, I gotta shade the tiles a little bit, do that trick that we did before. Basically all I'm doing is just kind of tracing over some of the prominent lines, and it just kind of makes the whole level feel like it's alive, which is cool. And then after that, we will be done. So that's exciting. And then we can throw this in and see how it looks. And then we got to do it on this guy too. Yeah. Yeah, that looks good. I'm happy with that. That's awesome. All right, so let's do boom. Is that enough? I might actually need to add a little bit more outlining to this guy. He looks a little empty. Okay, after this, then we'll be ready. Just one little change here. Okay. Now I think we're cooking. Okay, so we do this, and we save this one as, let's see, level 1, 2. I probably should rename this anyway. I should call it, instead of 1, 2, I need to call it level 1, 1 B. I don't know, and 1, 1 A. Okay, and then this we can call it 1, 2. Perfect. Okay, so we hop over to here. We call this 1, 2 A. And we call that good. And then we do the other one, and that's 1, 2 B. And this one looks like we need to do some other things. Oh no. Okay, that's pretty good though. So let me just fill. No, what? No. Okay. Color that in. Color that in. Okay. That seems pretty good. Maybe I can add a little here. This is kind of strange. Okay, we good? Gotta be good now, right? Okay. And then we call this one 1, 2 B. Save. Okay, and then I'm gonna save this as the PDN, which should be level 1. Well, I called it 1B. That's really funny. Okay, so let's pop back over here. Bingo. And from here, if I'm not mistaken, I think that I just have this set up as, yeah, it has a spray animator. Oh, also, look at that. That totally blends perfectly. Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, okay, see? No issues now. The whole thing just totally fits. We want these to be 1A and 2B. Oh, and then I can probably get rid of these guys. Let's turn off their sprite renderers. Oh, I saved it as PDNs. Hang on, I need to... Let me just throw these in here. Not that they're super important, but it is vaguely what will be in the final game. So here we go. I can put these up. I think if I do that, yeah, that'll be good. And then we how do I do this? I want to go like that there, and then this one we do. Oh, actually, I did the wrong one. That's why it was off center. Okay, that's funny. So we do this one, perfect, and then this one. We do that. Okay. So for this one, we put that down like here. I want to bump that up to like 3 and 3. This one actually looks pretty good, if not too big. So then we just have to fit him right there. And then we're gonna bump that one up to. Okay, cool. Incredible. I don't like the color of the fuel. I thought that I drew a different color, I'll be totally honest, and my nightlight screwed up the coloring, so I'm gonna redo these real quick. I think the easiest way for me to do it is, yeah, it's gonna be this particular, there's a cool feature in Paint.net, it's called the Recolor tool. Not totally sure how it works. It probably just gets a hold of like the hue value and then just converts it. But it deals with all of this like opacity, and you know, if you color the whole thing, it just like it literally recolors it. So that's really nice. Perfect. Okay, that is way more the color that I'm going for. Something like that, at least. Not necessarily purple. And not quite like blood. Although that is, it's very close to that. Yeah, something just magical, but not like literally Clash of Clans elixir. Okay. Awesome. That is perfect. Okay, so we'll save that. Save that. Pop back into here. Perfect. And then the other final thing that I wanted to do with the fuel and all of that was I need to make on the collectibles that they always face upward. So we just go update, or actually, no, can't do it. Okay, so on update. Oh, that's so interesting. This actually makes my screen really dark on this side, but if I move it there, it's brighter now. It's so interesting. Huh. What if I do this? Kinda. I don't know. That's so interesting. Huh. Transform dot rotation equals quaternion dot identity, and that should just make it always face in the upward direction. And I just want this because these guys are all over the place, and in the future I want to be able to you know, have these like scatter out or something, have like a burst effect or something. So okay, and then that should pretty much work. Yeah, I mean this is pretty much it. Like we're just seeing if this part of the level animates. Here I'm gonna make Keegan always start in the combat mode just because he's way faster, which is cool. I love that. I love that I want to play in that mode. Oh, yeah, this is perfect. This is so perfect. It looks incredible. It might even be a little too much, I'll be honest, compared to this one. Oh, no, this is a lot. Yeah. Yeah, it certainly moves around a lot. So if we head out over here. Yeah. Okay, and then all of this is facing in the upward direction, which is perfect. Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, that'll be awesome later on in the game. Well, you know, we can always go back and edit these later. Yeah, and then we can interact with these guys. Cool. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I'm happy with all of this. Oh, I need to add colliders for these guys. Interesting. I didn't do that. Yeah, okay, I can do that. Yeah, and then we'll just work on this part next. And the whole thing will just kind of come together. Oh, that's so cool. Okay. Well, I am going to wrap up here. Yep, I gotta run and do some things, but check on the performance one more time. There might be a better way to end up doing the fog, because this does rapidly start to eat into the performance. Okay, if we get rid of others, though, technically that's like all of the like the editor Unity and all that stuff. I think it'll look really good. And I think that might be worth any sort of like performance type of things. And so if we just fix the game to always run at 60 FPS, I think that gives us a lot of room to mess around with. But okay, anyway, for now, love how it looks, and we're just gonna keep working on it. And the fog is amazing, and you will pretty much die if you see this. Yeah, and then all of these things are just set up and ready to go. Ah, it's so cool. Yeah, super happy with how it's turning out. Yeah, anyway, so thanks for tuning in. I got some things that I need to go run and do, but I will see you all next time. Well, yeah, tomorrow at 4. Alrighty.